So I wanted to talk about like AMBW. AMBW, it's growing. I'm really, really surprised how much it's growing. And it's not new, Asian men, black women, dating and stuff like that. It is not new. It's just not spoken about. It's still kind of taboo to people. People make it like really weird when it's just two human beings that like each other or love each other or whatever. And so Afroasiac is a place where I feel the most comfortable sharing with people about, the AMBW community. But there are other AMBW communities out there that, really express their love and interest in these pairings, which is great, because it helps the community grow, and it also helps people find their partner, which is what I do this for, So I want to talk about my experiences in the AMBW community and also what girls have experienced. And the main thing is like a lot of Asian guys, not only do they have a hard time kind of, taking the lead, but they have a hard time, it's more like they have a hard time taking the lead verbally. They're more of like the men of very few words at times because they don't like to sound stupid. But there has been moments where I've met Asian guys that say the most ridiculous things, like, why would you like an Asian guy? I don't have a big... And I'm just like, that has nothing to do with anything. Like, I have nothing to do, like, that has nothing to do with anything. Like, sir, like, maybe I just think you're cute. Why does it have to turn into, oh, well, it's weird. So, another thing that I think they should be aware of, Asian guys, is like, just the self-deprecating comments. Like, the things that are said about like just your looks, like, oh, the way I look, or like, oh, my athleticism, like all this other stuff where I'm just like, ugh, like, please stop. Like, she already likes you. She already likes you. You don't need to get weird. You don't gotta get self-deprecatory or whatever. It's really uncomfortable. So I know for a fact that Latinas and black women, they love, and I'm both. I'm an Afro-Latina. They love assertive men. They like guys that are confident, that are like, I know you like this. Like, like, that's what they like. And if you like women like that, you have to know what you're getting into. You gotta know what you're saying, if it's working, if it, like, you don't want to be like shooting darts in the dark, right? So yeah, the self-deprecation and the little to no confidence thing is a no-go. And that could happen with any race of guys. So it's not even like just Asian guys, but I noticed that when the Asian guys that never ever interracially or dated or swirled get into it, they're like, they start saying just really crazy things, especially if it's like an Asian guy who got approached by a black woman or a Latina and they've never ever had like a girl approach them that way, or you know what I'm saying? It could be a little bit different, and they'll just like say all type of things to not eat, like, I don't know, just to, I guess, downplay themselves in case they just don't meet the expectations. And I think that, like, if you feel like you're being fetishized, like, say whatever you need to say to, like, make this person go away. But if you feel like a person genuinely likes you and they're just like, oh, I think you're, like, awesome and all this other stuff, and they've gotten to know you a little bit, or just been talking to you and they feel like you're open and cool, maybe they're really genuinely, honestly, like, feeling you, and they think, wow, this person is nice, I want to continue talking to them. So just go with the flow. With black women and Latinas, like, when it comes to dating Asian guys, I mean, as long as you're yourself, and I know it sounds cliche, but like being yourself is what makes it super awesome, because they're not used to a person like you if they weren't raised in that culture, right? Like if they weren't raised in like Washington Heights, like, you know, if you were raised in the Bronx and you're Asian, like you're not gonna know, right? Like if you're Asian not raised in Puerto Rico or raised in the Spanish country, or raised in Africa, you're not really gonna know. Yeah, of course, there's always some weird sound and ruckus in my house, but let me continue. So like I was saying, when you as an Asian guy, date a Latina or a Black woman, yes, the assertiveness is great, but another thing is that for Latinas, the way we, and Black women, the way we look at men is like we really view them as stronger than us in a lot of different ways. Not emotionally maybe, but just we look at our partners as just stronger and being able to analyze things better. And that's what we look for usually in a partner, a really great problem solver, but a person that is very vocal about what they like and what they dislike. So if you're the kind of guy who wants to date a Latina or Black woman and you've never really gotten comfortable with expressing yourself, it is in your best interest to, get comfortable and express yourself about certain things. I'm not saying simp it up and cry, okay? I'm not saying like, oh my God, please, if this bothers me and this and that. Like if something bothers you, like, you have to talk about like your red flags and the things that bother you off rip, right? But like, not saying cry about it and saying, be like, hey, you know what? I really don't like it when you go out and come home at 3 a.m. Like, I hope that's not happening. But like, if that is something that bothers you, like you need to like nip it in the ass. You can't be the kind of person that just like waits, around. And I know that Latinas are, spicy and they will push your motherfucking buttons. And I know Black women are the same. They're spicy, a different type of spicy. And they will, I think every woman does the shit test to guys. Every woman does. So I don't think, any other races don't do that. But for the sake of my community, I'm only talking about my girls, which are Latinas and Black women. So yeah, they will be a little snappy and a little bit, and I think that what Asian men need to understand is that like once they can trust you and they feel like they have a strong connection with you, emotional and physical, and spiritual, if that's something you guys are into, like rest assured she's going to be chill. Like she's gonna be hella chill. Like there are guys that I could date them and like they literally just don't give me that feeling where I feel grounded and chill, like if I feel like I have like something on my shoulders, like tense, I shouldn't be like hanging out with you or talking to you at all, So another thing I would say to Asian guys is like respect. Well, this is for both, but for Asian guys, just respect the differences. Just like, the ladies, they have to respect the differences. And if you guys don't come to a compromise, then don't be together, because it's a hard relationship to be in when there's so much judgment, there's so much taboo, there's so much criticism surrounding just our races, and our races paired with our genders. Like, it's it can be intense, but through that intensity, something really nice could, grow out of that. It's like pressure, makes diamonds. Like sometimes it's the pressure and all the things that you deal with from all these angles that really make you appreciate this relationship and understand its uniqueness, because it's not like a white guy and a black guy, a white guy and a black woman. It's not the same. It's quite different. And in the dating scene, you know, I'm seeing more and more black women just being open to dating interracially, which is so important because their men are already dating interracially and they prefer to date outside of their race according to all the things I've seen and all the stats. But some of the most successful relationships are with black women and Latin women. So that's why I feel like it's just such a great pairing. And I feel like black women now that are being more open and more comfortable dating outside their race, I really think they should consider dating Asian guys. And also for Asian guys, I think that they will be pleasantly surprised in the discovery. There's a lot of like self-discovery in these relationships because it's like you're learning so much about culture, about closeness, about intimacy. And I don't know how many Asian cultures get to have that. You know, I'm not like the kind of person that's into the ABW community or got into it because I was just like, I just love Asian culture. Oh my God, I want to dress like them. I want to be like that's not me. Like, I've just thought to myself, I love the food and I love the art and I love, you know, I just love mostly the art and the writing and just their style, but not all of the things that comes with their culture. And I don't think I like everything that comes with my culture either. So I think I prefer just to create my own culture, right? So yeah, that works for me better. But yeah, I think once an Asian guy dates a Latina or Black woman, they're like, whoa, like, I didn't know you could get this close. Or I didn't know you can feel like this about certain topics. Or they'll even understand discrimination in such a different way. It's like, they'll be like, wait, whoa, this is crazy. Like, they'll understand it on a different level. Just like anybody who would date somebody that's of color and they really care about them. They really feel for you once that those emotions are sparked. And that's another thing. A lot of them carry a lot of emotion, but they don't show it because they can't handle you know, huge surges of emotion because that's just not how they're raised. So I feel like it in a way balances out, like, you know, the Latina or the Black woman when we're just so like, you know, full of emotion. And just, I feel like there's something that Asian guys provide, and I believe it's just like this grounding feeling. They have this grounded feeling, this grounded vibe. I cannot even explain. It's so different. Just different, honestly. And what I see though, when I see these couples, these pairings, is that they have fulfilling relationships in so many different ways. Like, it's either very creative relationship where they just create together and find forms to understand each other through creating, like whether it's art or music or just film, because I've met a lot of those, but also like just discovering another side of humanity. I know it sounds crazy because we're human beings. Like, obviously we're dating, right? We're both humans, but just understanding each other's psychology is so amazing. And I honestly think Asian guys are really good at teaching. They're good teachers. So I feel like most women admire being able to learn something from a man, and I think Asian guys are one of those guys that you're like, wow, I'm gonna learn a lot. And they learn a lot from you. I think what they learn the most though, Asian guys, is how to connect with self and Mother Earth, and like they learn to also understand systematic racism and systematic oppression differently And they're so passionate when they do learn and understand something, and progressive, and they just move forward really fast. For the ones that don't, a lot of them came from the real hard upbringing where they were kind of the truth seekers and they were shut down. So those individuals, they also are very deep, once you get to know them, because you wouldn't know they're that deep because they don't want to show that much. But things are changing. Like, I'm seeing more Asian guys just being more expressive, saying how they feel, what they like, how they like it. And I love that. And Black women are starting to go, you know what? I can't just let all this fly go to waste. I gotta find me a good man. You know, fall in love. And just do the darn thing. It's been too long. And I know that's what a lot of them are thinking. They're like, you know what, and you know what? Asian men, they love education. They appreciate a woman that went to school. They love that. So if you have an education, you went to school, and you also take care of yourself, like you're in shape. Because most Asian guys, they take care of themselves, or they're naturally in shape. You know, if you take care of yourself, you're educated, and you're fun, and, you know, not the type of person that doesn't respect their time, because they're very about time management. They work a lot. At least the high value Asian guys that I know. Yeah, they have just a lot going for them. So girls, if you're hearing these men talking about they don't care about your education, they don't want to be with you if you're educated, bye, see you later. Like, I'm not the most educated person in the world. And I appreciate education. I appreciate somebody that went to school and was able to put the mind, you know, to work and be in like that kind of environment. I don't learn that way. But for the people that do, I love it. If you love it, I love it. It's great. So don't let all these weirdos on the internet telling you that you're not worth anything because of that, okay? Asian guys would appreciate it. So yeah, that's all I have. I think it's really simple. I think that Asian guys will find it very surprising how much they connect to Black women and how much they connect to Latinas and how much fun they can have. Oh my God. I be feeling sometimes like these guys are just stressed and overworked, and then they meet someone like, you know, like you, and you just brighten up their day. You make them want to like get up and just skip and like be like happy. Simp a little bit for you. You deserve some simping, some love. I'm joking. You deserve some love and attention, some care. And you know, I feel they do too. And that's all I have for today. Maybe I'll get inspired by your comments to make another video about AMBW. But for now, this is all I have. Ciao. And take care. Happy 2021, y'all.